I want you to try a little experiment with me in your head. Imagine I spray one perfume onto a paper strip. It is a designer bottle that sells for around $200. Now I spray a second strip from a bottle that costs $25. And I hand both strips to 10 women and ask them, without knowing the prices, which one is the expensive one. Here is what actually happens when people run that test. They guess wrong about as often as they guess right. 10 women, a designer scent, and its cheap twin, and half the room cannot tell which is which. So today, I am giving you 7 elegant perfumes that smell remarkably close to the $200 designer bottles. The kind of timeless, grown-up scents a woman over 50 actually wants to wear. And I am saving the most outrageous one for number 1, because number 1 smells like a fragrance that sells for over $300, and it costs about $25. Here are the rules, so you know what kind of list this is. Rule 1, I take no money from anyone, no brand, no bottle mailed to me to keep me sweet. Rule 2, every pairing is a real comparison, a specific affordable scent against a specific designer one, chosen because they genuinely live in the same family. And Rule 3, there is one place where the expensive bottle is genuinely worth it. And I will tell you exactly where at the end, so you know I am not just telling you everything cheap is as good. But first, 90 seconds on why this is even possible, because once you understand it, you will never look at a perfume counter the same way again. When you buy a designer perfume, you are not really buying a scent that famous fashion house invented. You are buying a name they licensed. Most of the great fashion houses do not make their own perfume. They rent their name to a handful of giant beauty corporations, the same few companies that own dozens of designer fragrance licenses at once. And those corporations do not invent the smell either. The actual scent is created by an even smaller handful of fragrance houses, the real perfume laboratories, a few enormous companies whose noses quietly compose the scents for almost every bottle you have ever owned, cheap or expensive. So a designer perfume is a licensed name, wrapped around a scent made by a lab that also makes sense for everyone else, using aroma materials sold on an open market. Think about what that means. The great fashion house you associate with the bottle very often never touched the formula. A beauty corporation paid to rent its name briefed one of a few enormous fragrance houses, the real laboratories whose noses quietly compose the scents behind an astonishing share of the perfumes on Earth. And that lab built the scent from materials any serious perfumer can buy. So the exclusivity you are picturing, the idea that this precious smell belongs only to that famous house, is mostly a story. That is why a small, clever brand can hand that same kind of lab, the same brief, and the same materials, and get a scent that lands within a whisper of the $200 bottle. You are paying for the name on the front, the model in the campaign, the magazine spreads, and the beautiful heavy glass. The smell, the only part your nose ever actually meets, was never the expensive part. Keep that in mind, and here are your 7. Number 7 is a fresh, elegant, everyday scent, the kind you reach for without thinking. The designer original is Chanel Chance Au Tendre, a soft, sparkling floral that sells for well over $100. The affordable twin is Zara's Apple Juice, which sells for around $25. Both open bright and delicate, with that clean, fresh floral quality Chanel does so beautifully. Apple, soft jasmine, a whisper of musk. Now, I will be honest, the Zara version leans a touch more literal on the apple, and it wears a little lighter and shorter, because it is closer to an eau de toilette, which simply holds less oil. But for a bright, pretty, everyday scent to keep on your desk or in your handbag, the resemblance is genuinely uncanny, and you can reapply it happily all day for the price of one designer bottle. Who is it for? Anyone who wants an effortless, fresh daytime signature, the scent you spray on the way out the door for errands, coffee, or the school run with the grandchildren, and feel instantly put together. It is the definition of a safe, pretty, universally liked fragrance. And getting that for $25 instead of well over $100 means you can actually use it freely every day instead of rationing it like it is precious. And the next one is a warm, romantic classic that women have loved for years. Number 6 is the warm floral. So many women consider their signature. The original is Lancôme La Vie est Belle, that soft, sweet bouquet of peony, iris, and warm vanilla that sells for over $100. There are affordable versions built around the very same idea, that pretty, powdery, sweet, floral warmth for a small fraction of the price. This is a scent about comfort and elegance, the kind of fragrance that earns you a compliment at a lunch or a family gathering without ever shouting. And the affordable twins capture that soft, feminine sweetness remarkably well. Who is it for? The woman who loves a warm, romantic, feel-good floral and would rather not pay $100 every time the bottle runs low. It is the kind of scent you can wear to a wedding, to lunch with old friends, or to a quiet dinner, and it always feels appropriate, always feels like you. The affordable versions give you that same soft embrace, and nobody leaning in to hug you will ever know what it cost. And the next one fooled people who wear the original every single day. Number 5 is a sophisticated, slightly unexpected one. The designer original is YSL Libre, that distinctive blend of lavender, orange blossom, and warm vanilla that has become a modern classic and sells for around $135. The affordable version that keeps coming up, sometimes sold under names like Golden Decade, nails that opening so well that in blind tests, women who wear Libre every day could not reliably tell the two apart in the first hour. Let that sink in, because these are people who know the original intimately. The dry down on the cheaper one is a touch simpler, a little less complex as the hours pass. But the heart of it, that bold, elegant lavender vanilla, is genuinely there. Who is it for? The woman who wants something a little more modern and distinctive than a plain floral. And the next one is one of the most iconic feminine scents ever made. Number 4 is Dior J'adore, one of the most recognizable perfumes in the world. That luminous golden bouquet of jasmine, ylang ylang, and soft florals that sells for around $150. And there are dupes of it that are frankly shocking. Affordable versions built on that same floral, fruity glow, the same rich jasmine and ylang ylang richness for around $25 to $30. J'adore is the fragrance equivalent of a little gold dress, timeless, elegant, appropriate anywhere. And the fact that its signature glow can be captured for a fraction of the price is one of the clearest proofs of everything I told you about the licensing machine. Who is it for? Anyone who wants that classic, luminous, dressed-up elegance. This is the fragrance for the woman who has worn J'adore for years and gasps at the counter price every time she needs a new bottle. And now she does not have to. The same golden, floral warmth, the same head-turning glow, for the cost of a nice lunch instead of a small utility bill. And the next one is the timeless, grown-up scent I would call the most elegant on the whole list. Number 3 is Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. Arguably the most beloved, elegant fragrance of the last 20 years. That bright, sophisticated blend of orange, rose, and a warm patchouli base that sells for around $150. And here's where it gets almost absurd. There are affordable versions, some famously from a well-known high street brand, and one from a supermarket that costs under $10, that capture that fresh, elegant, slightly powdery Chanel character so well that people buy bottle after bottle. Under $10 for a scent that lives in the same world as a $150 icon. The cheaper ones will not last quite as long on the skin, that is the honest trade. But a little reapplication, and you are wearing one of the most elegant scent profiles ever made for the price of a sandwich. Who is it for? The woman who wants timeless, refined elegance, which after 50 is very often exactly the note we want to strike. This is not a trendy scent that will feel dated in a year. It is the fragrance equivalent of a good camel coat or a strand of pearls, quietly expensive smelling, appropriate everywhere, the kind of thing people mean when they say a woman smells wonderful without being able to say why. And you can wear that impression every day without ever flinching at the price. And the next one is for those who love a little warmth and drama in the evening. Number 2 is YSL Black Opium. The modern gourmand so many women fell for, that warm, addictive blend of black coffee, vanilla, and white flowers that sells for around $130. The affordable twin captures that same cozy, sweet, slightly electrifying energy. The coffee and vanilla warmth brightened with a touch of pear for a fraction of the price, and often with excellent staying power, because the affordable houses tend to pour in a generous amount of oil. This is your evening scent, your dinner and theater scent, the one that leaves a warm trail behind you as you walk away. Who is it for? Anyone who loves a warm, sweet, memorable evening fragrance and does not see why it should cost $130. It is the scent for the night out, the anniversary dinner, the evening you want to feel a little bit glamorous. And because the affordable versions are often generously concentrated, that warm coffee and vanilla trail will still be there when you take your coat off at the end of the night. And now, number 1, the one that sounds impossible. Number 1, the most outrageous pairing on the entire list. The designer original is Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Francis Kurkdjian, one of the most worshipped, most mythologized fragrances in the entire world. That famous, warm, sweet, glowing amber scent that seems to float off the skin, and it sells for well over $300 a bottle. The affordable twin from a Middle Eastern house called Lattafa, sometimes sold as Anna Abied Rouge, sells for around $25, and the fragrance community has near universally agreed that it is astonishingly close. The same warm, sweet amber glow with genuinely excellent longevity. Let that land for a second. A fragrance that costs over $300 and a $25 bottle that people wear side by side with it and struggle to tell apart. It is the single clearest proof of everything this channel is about, that the price of a perfume and the smell of a perfume are two completely separate things, and that once you strip away the licensed name, the celebrity campaign, and the beautiful heavy glass, the actual scent, the only part your nose ever cares about, can be had for a tiny fraction. If you ever doubted that the markup was mostly theater, there is your answer, in a $25 bottle. And here is the honest part, because I always give it to you. Is the original a beautiful fragrance? Yes, genuinely. Is it 13 times more beautiful than the $25 one? Your own nose will tell you, and for most people, standing in a room, catching the warm amber trail as someone walks by, the answer is a clear and slightly embarrassing no. The $300 bought exclusivity, a cult reputation, and a gorgeous bottle on your vanity. It did not buy $300 of smell because there is no such thing. Now, here is the 11-second test, so you can judge any dupe yourself without me. Do not judge a perfume from the cap in the shop. That first sharp spritz is just the top notes, the loud opening that burns off in minutes. What you are really buying is the dry down, the way it smells an hour later once it is warmed on your skin. So spray it, walk away, and come back after an hour and smell how it settles. And check one word on the box. Eau de Parfum holds more oil and lasts longer. Eau de Toilette holds less and fades faster. Many affordable scents are the lighter kind, which is exactly why a little reapplication is the trick that makes a $25 bottle wear like a $100 one. Do that, judge the dry down, mind the concentration, and you will never be fooled by a beautiful bottle again. And if this is the kind of straight, no-nonsense truth you have been looking for, subscribe, because I do this every week. No sponsor, no PR box, just me and a paper strip. Now I promised you the one place the expensive bottle is genuinely worth it. Because a list that says everything expensive is a scam is just as dishonest as the marketing it complains about. Here it is. Some truly fine fragrances are built around real, rare, natural materials, genuine rose absolute that takes thousands of flowers to make a few drops, real oud, real sandalwood, natural jasmine picked by hand. Those materials are genuinely expensive and genuinely hard to copy. And a great niche perfumer using them is selling you something a $25 bottle of synthetics honestly cannot fully match. A depth and a movement on the skin that is real. That is the one place your money buys something true. A real oud from the right region, a genuine rose absolute, natural sandalwood. These are agricultural, hand-harvested materials with real scarcity behind them, and a gifted perfumer building with them is closer to a painter with rare pigments than a marketer with a license. You can often smell the difference in how the fragrance moves and breathes across a whole day, the way a natural rose keeps unfolding while a synthetic one sits flat. So the test is simple. Are you paying for rare, real materials and genuine artistry? Or are you paying for a licensed name, a famous face, and a heavy glass bottle? If it is the second, it is theater. Pay for the craft. Never pay for the license. So here's what I really want you to take from all of this, because it is bigger than any one bottle. The designer fragrance industry depends entirely on you believing that the name is the scent, that a $200 bottle must smell $200 better than a $25 one. It does not. The name is a license. The scent is made by a lab that makes sense for everyone, and the materials are sold on an open market to anyone clever enough to use them well. Once you understand that, a shelf of affordable bottles stops looking cheap and starts looking like exactly what it is. The same craft, the same families of scent, stripped of the name and the campaign and the glass. You were never smelling worse by spending less. Most of the time, you were smelling just as lovely and simply refusing to believe it could cost so little. The compliments you get do not come with a receipt attached. Nobody leaning in to catch your scent has any idea whether you spent $25 or $200, and they never will. All they know is that you smell wonderful. And that is a feeling you are allowed to have every single day, not just on the days you were willing to overpay for it. So tell me down in the comments, what is your holy grail scent? The perfume that turns heads and earns you compliments? And what did it cost you? And has anyone ever guessed wrong about which of your perfumes was the expensive one? I read every single one. And in the next video, I am back on skincare with the drugstore products that quietly beat the luxury counter, the ones every woman over 50 should have on her shelf. Subscribe so you do not miss it.